Hi everyone, my name's Elisa, and as I said in my little welcome introduction, I was born here, but my parents are Filipino, so some Filipino remedies that we would use while growing up included. Actually, I have a few. So the first one is white flour. And I don't have props, unfortunately, but it would come in a little glass bottle. I actually think white flour is Chinese, but it was known to be a Filipino remedy for basically anything. If you were feeling sick, under the weather, if you felt dizzy or nauseous, we would just use white flour, which is a blend of essential oils. And we would use it basically under our nose. We would rub it on our temples. We would put it on any areas that felt painful, like any muscle aches or anything. I remember my mom once told me that she ingested it, which I haven't tried, but she would swallow it if she had an upset stomach and she would magically feel better. Um, it's interesting because most Filipinos would carry it in their purses or just have like a bottle in your medicine cabinet for sure. And it was really popular whenever me and my sisters would get sick. My grandma used to put it on us, and then we would go to school, and people are like, "What is that smell?" And I actually got used to it. I actually learned to really like the smell, so it didn't bother me, but apparently it's very strong. And when I was also younger, my mom told me to take some white flour and put it on my pimples if I ever had like a breakout. And when I was younger, I thought it worked because um, if I had any like whiteheads, it would dry them out. As I got older, I tried it again, but it actually severely dried out my skin. And I remember the dentist I worked for asked if I had a chemical peel done because I was so red and irritated from it, so I stopped using it. The next remedy that would be a go to in my house was Vicks Vapo Rub, which are those little blue containers with the green caps that if you were ever had like a cold or a cough, then my mom would put it also under our noses or rub it all over our chest or our backs. And I mean, it felt good. It smelled good. It kind of had like a cooling effect. Um, I kind of thought it was like a cool burn. So it was like an icy hot feeling. The next one that I remember is if we had any bug bites. Um, when I went to the Philippines, I had like 16 bug bites at once. So my aunts would put Tiger Balm on me, and it comes in this little capsule, and it's like a green ointment that you rub, and you would put it on each of your bug bites, and it would make the itchiness and the redness go away. I think also just having an ointment there made you less likely to scratch and irritate it. So I actually thought that was good. And it smelled good too. A lot of these remedies smelled really good. But the last one that I remember was putting vinegar on bee stings. So when I was maybe 10 or 11, I was at a pool and I stepped on a bee and it stung the bottom of my foot. And I remember my aunt and uncle used two credit cards to remove the stinger because they didn't want to touch it. And then they would pour a ton of vinegar on the bottom of the foot. So my foot was like swollen and it was red. And they were like, "Don't worry, it'll get better with the vinegar, you'll see." But I think it took a while for it to actually heal up. So when I was older and I got another bee sting, my ankle swelled up so big, so I went to the Minute Clinic, and there they gave me, I believe it was steroids to bring the swelling down. So it was interesting experiences, all of it. So I'm excited to see what other cultural remedies you guys have to share as well. Thank you so much.